Hey, welcome back to my channel. I am really tired and life is hard, so I'm gonna make pancakes while I tell you my worst stories as a vegan. Should probably turn the little stove on. By telling these stories, I am not trying to discourage anyone from going vegan. I am simply trying to just let me make the mistakes for you. A lot of my stories are quite tragic. So anyways, gonna make pancakes, because what better way to celebrate failure? Am I right, ladies and gents? These are gonna be vegan pancakes. I made it out of this pancake mix because I just found it in my pantry. It tastes really salty. I'm also gonna be drinking a green smoothie because a girl needs to detox her life, her mind, and everything. Ugh. They might be a little bit too liquidy now, I don't know. Ooh, Henny. Probably shouldn't have added more milk to this. Everything is fine. Ooh, they're misshapen. Look at this. So the first story is quite iconic for me. It didn't happen that long ago, actually. Besides the daily struggles of being a vegan, like being told by literally everyone that you're gonna have diabetes because fruit has too much sugar in it, or being made fun of by your grandparents because you can't possibly get enough protein, or having kale stuck in your teeth when you talk to people, or making plans with your friends really complicated because you can't eat at specific restaurants. You know, just the daily stuff like that. Another daily thing, a fly flew into my smoothie just now and got stuck in there and died. So I had to scoop it out, but I'm still drinking it because... Anyway, besides those instances, oh dang it! No! Oh my gosh. This is the worst. You know, I try to do something nice for myself, and this is what happens. Look at this. Are you kidding me? It may be the pancake mix, or it may be me. Probably me. Anyway, besides all of the daily struggles of being a vegan, I do have quite a few extraordinary circumstances that I want to share with you today. The first one is iconic, as I previously stated, and this happened a year and a half ago whenever I toured the United Kingdom with my college choir. Get ready, buckle your seatbelts, this is a good one. But shameless self-promo, I actually wrote about this story in extreme detail on my blog if you want to check it out. So when we were touring in the UK, I had a really hard time finding vegan food. It was really hard for me for whatever reason, especially in Scotland. Anyways, the UK does have a lot of vegan restaurants, but they all had super weird hours, and by the time my choir was done performing for the day, they were all closed, and so I would often go hungry. I brought my own snacks on that trip, like just in case I couldn't find any food, but I assumed that I would find food because it's really not hard to alter something to be vegan at a restaurant. Anyways, so I was living off of like a small bag of dates that I had brought with me and like some protein powder and water. So in the UK, I was barely surviving on like, oh my god, there's a hair. I was barely surviving on like 700 calories per day. And it just so happened to be the hottest summer on record in the UK that summer, okay? And usually when we sing overseas, we wear long khaki pants and really thick blazers. There was one time, I think we were singing at a church in Wales. I realized really quickly that there is absolutely no AC in the UK, which was a really big surprise for me as a uncultured American swine. Oh my god. This is not ending well. These are like crepes or something. So in Wales, I had not eaten in like 6 hours. And the last thing I ate was like a little bit of vegan pizza. And I had walked around like a couple of miles after that around Wales. So by the time we got to the church to sing, I was so hungry, and the church provided all of us dinner before our concert. But of course they didn't have anything that I could eat. So I had nothing except for pizza that day. Oh my god. Hello? Ow! So whenever we got to performing in the church, it was so hot in the church and all of us were standing really close together on the risers and we were all wearing our really thick blazers and pants. And to add on to that, there were huge windows blasting sunlight to the point where we couldn't even see our director conducting. So because it was really hot and I was starving the entire time I was in the UK, I started to faint during our performance in Wales. And because I'm so stubborn, I stayed on stage for almost the whole entire performance while I was swaying back and forth and I was going in and out of consciousness. I couldn't even stand up straight, so my friend had to hold me up. And my friend was like, Sarah, get off stage, get off stage. I was like, no, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. I'm gonna do this if it kills me. And so I stayed on and I tried to get myself to snap out of it, but that didn't work. Shoot. Oh my gosh. Look at this. So yeah, eventually I fainted. People at my choir had to drag me off stage and then people from the audience got me cold rags to put on my face and around my neck and stuff, and I was like drenched in sweat and I was barely alive. And honestly, that was really embarrassing, but it's fine. I know now that for my next choir tour in another country, which is going to be this coming summer, I am going to be better prepared by bringing even more food and researching vegan restaurants. And that is a note for you if you're gonna travel the world vegan. You can do it if you're smarter than me. I made some more. I don't know. I think they're coming out okay. They're just like really thin and weird looking. There was another time where I went to Paris just with my freshman class because at my college, every freshman's first class is a class in Paris. It's really freaking cool. Paris was my first international trip as vegan. I had just gone vegan a couple months beforehand and I had an easier time being vegan in Paris actually, just because they had produce stands everywhere, so a lot of times I just lived off of fruit. And I wasn't mad about it. I got fresh orange juice and I drank like liters of that every day, and you know what? I felt really good, so it was great. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, this new batch that I just made of pancakes, on the box it says you put a couple tablespoons of oil in here, and I ran out of coconut oil, so I accidentally put Tuscan herb infused olive oil instead of regular olive oil. I'm the worst. Gosh, now it tastes like freaking garlic or something. Ah. There was one time in Paris where I just wanted some freaking coffee, okay? A lot of the coffees in Paris have dairy in them naturally, and I can't freaking eat dairy. So I went to a coffee shop one day. I told my Parisian server, hey, can I just have plain black coffee? And he was like, so American coffee. Great. And then he left, like stormed away, and I felt so embarrassed. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm such an uncultured swine, I'm sorry. There was another time in Paris whenever I was just trying to get a salad because that was the most vegan thing on the menu, except for all their salads had freaking cheese and meat in them. So I tried to alter it by just like taking all the cheese and meat off and leaving the vegetables. One of the waiters was just so irritated with me. He was like, so you want salad with nothing on it? And I was like, not nothing, just no cheese and no meat. And he was like, so nothing on it? I was like, ooh, you hoe, come on. I didn't say that because I'm a nice person. Ooh, this smells like garlic. Oh, I'm so dumb, you guys. I'm the dumbest hoe ever. I do stuff like this all the freaking time. And all my friends make fun of me. They're like, oh my gosh, Sarah, you're such a dumb hoe. And I'm like, you don't even have to tell me. Like, I already know that. I mean, like, you're right. You don't have to convince me or anything. Well, I hope someone at my family will eat these because I'm not going to. So I changed freaking positions because I finished making the pancakes and I was tired of cooking freaking garlic pancakes because I'm freaking dumb hoe. So as I tell my last tragic vegan story, I'm also gonna try my tragic vegan pancakes. I swear, like My original intent for my channel was to be like an advocate for veganism, but mine just accidentally turned into like not advocating for veganism because I fail so much. So I really thought that the maple syrup would cover up the garlic taste, but it really doesn't. And it's really freaking sad. Gosh, I'm so freaking dumb. Ah! Maybe my mom will like it. My mom eats anything. I don't like it. Blah. My last story of this video is something that happened right before I went vegan. It was like a couple months before, when I was still kind of transitioning into it, kind of like dropping one animal product kind of as the months went on. So this was right before I graduated high school. A couple days a year, my high school will have drug dogs sniff around the parking lot because my high school is really big for this city. Also, there are a lot of freaking dumb hoes at my high school, so every now and then there will be a drug dog that goes through the parking lot and sniffs all of our cars. And one day the police came into choir to get me. They were like, "Can we see Sarah for a minute?" And I was like, oh my god, what have I done now? Am I getting arrested for how much I embarrassed myself? You know, lock me up so I won't ruin my reputation forever. I mean, I understand that. Go ahead, you know? I can't even make smoothies right because I just swallowed a really big chunk of kale, which I love kale, but kale chunks in smoothies are just horrible. I'm so done with myself. So my brother happened to be in choir with me that day. We rode to school together my senior year. So Chris came with me, my brother. The police took us outside and took me to my car. And they said, "Sarah, as we were having the drug dogs sniff out the parking lot, they really went crazy when they walked by your car." And I was like, I don't do the weed. So they were like, "Can we search your car?" And I was like, I mean, I don't have anything, but go ahead, you know, whatever. And so they searched my car and I was like dying inside. I was like, wow, how much more embarrassing can my existence become, you know? They searched my car, the drug dogs were still going crazy. And they were like, "Well, we don't see anything, and so I don't know why they're acting like this, you know?" And they were like, "Well, do you like take any herbs as supplements, or do you like have any essential oils, or you know, stuff like that?" And I was like, actually, my mother raised me on herbs, Hanny, and essential oils. And so I was like, I mean, it must be the essential oils because, I mean, that can be the only explanation because I don't do the weed. And so then I was like about to lose it because I thought that was the funniest thing ever. I went back into my choir room and I told everyone, and they all started laughing hysterically, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, Sarah, it's because you eat so much kale. They were probably smelling the kale in your car. It's because you're a hippie. It's because you're an organic girl." I was like, and then my choir teacher started calling me El Chapo for the rest of the year. And that was my legacy as I exited high school. That's what everyone knew about me, so. My reputation is comical, if anything. Things to learn from me. Clean out your car, maybe once a week, if you eat as much kale and use as many essential oils as I do. Research the countries or the states you're going to before you go to them or you will starve. Make sure to pack enough portable foods. You can pack tons of granola bars. You can pack rice, because you can microwave it if you microwave it long enough. You can pack dried fruit, dried kale chips, dried vegetable chips, cans of soup. Those are good ones because you can microwave them or you can just eat them straight out of the can. I really like the Amy's can of soups. I use those a lot when I go on a choir tour. That's pretty much what I live on. Another lesson, go check out my blog for the full story of me passing out because there's more to it. I'll put my link in the description. Another lesson to learn, try to be somewhat of a cultured swine before you go to another country because based on my experience, everyone who is not from America hates Americans, and I understand. We are the worst sometimes. Ugh, chunks of my smoothie, dang it! Why do I suck at everything? I suck at being vegan. Even though I've been vegan for like 3 years, what the heck? Anyway, go vegan, it's actually a great time if you're not me. Bye!